Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm Sue's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yeah,
July.
So listen, I'm here to pick up Form 1 because
Yeah, we don't do that. Only the doctors issue that.
we can print them out online.
No, the doctors
Form
issue that. Yeah.
I could go online right now under Ontario Court Forms, go in Form 1, print them out, and I
You can print it out all you want. The doctor has to issue the Form 1.
Isn't there a spot there where family members can say
That's
that?
a Form 2.
Form
You
2?
have to get that you have to get that approved by a justice of the peace or a judge or a family doctor.
Yeah. Would it be
we
possible?
can't do that.
No, would it be possible for you to print out the Form 2? My dad doesn't have the internet or the computer, and my mom does.
No, I can't print it out.
Where in
it's
Pure
not
Falls
something
do we go for justice of the peace?
you have to go to Timmy's. Yeah.
See, the problem I'm having there is
My brother's gonna end up dead today.
He's in a safe place right now.
Where?
He's in Timmins. Okay.
Who brought him there?
The officer did. And we don't just drop people off in the middle of nowhere, you know, without insurance cases. Okay. Now, unfortunately,
The problem is like my brother had a post-traumatic incident.
yeah,
right?
he told me, sorry, I'm just gonna, okay. He told me a little bit about his life. Not much. I'm gonna tell you, he was very good with me,
I'm surprised.
okay?
He's a good actor.
Well, he even told me that normally he's not cooperative with police. He doesn't like
No.
police, obviously. He said he's had issues with Timmins Police and OPP. But you know what? We just talked to him like he was a normal person, and
That's what he needed.
he was cooperative. Okay.
Right.
I didn't force him to come with me. Oh, well, not with me. He went with my partner because I had another call to take care of. I could tell, just by the way he was talking to me, I know he has issues. There's definitely issues there, okay?
But see, this is the thing though, that they actually started a study on that. And when he started acting like that, at first I thought post-traumatic stress, you know, because he almost lost his hand.
Has he ever been diagnosed with that?
No, because he doesn't trust doctors. When he had his hand, had his hand on the ball and a big trailer fell on his hand in the ball, like, you know, I'm surprised he still has his hand. But that triggered a trauma because a couple years before he was working in windows and the window fell and chopped off his finger, and the doctor kept saying you'd have to have it amputated, and he refused. But when he had his hand done, they had to come to my brother's house and give him an IV because he had a major infection, and they were giving him IVs. Okay, so after a while he thought, you know, that the doctors screwed his hand up and he didn't want to have anything to do with doctors, and he stopped taking that medication. So he hasn't healed. But back in 2010 when his girlfriend left him, she was like a real slut, prostitute. He didn't know about it. She was a prostitute for Hell's Angels to boot. And she gave him gonorrhea. And she had left, she was out of the house and everything, and all of a sudden the pharmacy came and gave him a prescription he had to take. Well, my brother thinks...
Oh, that's what you're doing.
Yeah. And my brother thinks, I could heal myself. So he never took those medication. So gonorrhea could make these guys want to help you use the phone.
I'm going to tell you right away, if somebody comes here and picks up the phone outside, depending on what time of day he came, normally there's somebody here at the front office.
Yeah.
Okay?
And there's a payphone out there, I noticed.
Yeah, and it's recorded. Automatically, it's recorded.
Yeah.
But I didn't have time to check.
Well, I don't know if
today
you did know
because
it's true.
I know, but I wanted to check. I just haven't had time because we were really busy with other stuff today.
Yeah.
But the officer that he was with, I mean, he took him to the he came willingly to the hospital. And normally, a lot of times that doesn't happen, but I think it had a lot to do with the way that we treated him. And he went and got checked. The officer told his concerns to the doctor, but the doctor released him. And at that point, there's nothing, there's nothing more that we can do, unless he commits a criminal offense, which he hasn't
Well-
done. These threats, for us to be able to apprehend him, they have to be clear and
Like, I have
legit
an email
and
from him, okay, where he wrote to me.
specific words.
Yeah.
And you see, that could be interpreted another way too.
I know,
So,
But
that,
for
and
him-
that's what I mean, for it to be a threat of suicide or to harm somebody else,
well,
it's,
he's harmed me, he's harmed my dad, like, when he showed up on my dad's there and he was yelling at him for 2 hours before I showed up. And my dad was just sitting there in his chair and he's right in your face yelling at you and pointing at you.
I know,
and then I'd be like-
that's the thing,
I know,
calling people names, it's not a criminal offense.
but now that he knows that my mom called on him there and he plays good and played the act, because he can turn it off. And I think actually there's something going on with YouTube. He's part of this flat earth group and I think he's being,
Real, what
no,
he's saying, but it's not enough for me to apprehend him. And I can't, once we take him to the doctor, if the doctor releases him, I don't,
I
there's
know.
nothing I can do.
it's just,
As far as what happens now, until it happens, we can't, there's nothing I can do. I can't go back there and.
I know, because he's,
And he's not showing me any signs. I can't put myself in jeopardy or my job in jeopardy
Yeah.
by taking away his rights.
oh, because he knows his Charter of Rights, he's
You
already
know.
told us.
And that's what I mean. I'm not gonna risk hurting myself or hurting him worse
Well,
when I
let's
don't
just,
have any authority to do it.
let's just say that, you know, I
Does
said,
he have access to, like, is he on Facebook and all that stuff?
no, and then walked to my dad's there in the winter and he came here and made a call. And I'm like, well,
Do you wanna just wait here? I'm gonna go check with the report
Yeah.
on that, okay?
it would have been March 1st,
Okay.
the day.
I'll be right back.
Mhm.
July 9th, 1977 was his
Yeah.
birthday? Yeah, his birthday was,
See? He made his big deal there that he came here, you guys refused on the phone, that he walked
yeah,
away.
and I, as soon as he said that, I was like, there's no way, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I figured that something like that would happen, that he wouldn't end up staying there. So I'm glad that we got him somewhere to separate him from her, because I think he needs that too.
Yeah.
When he was talking to me, he was saying that she's starting dementia, and that she abuses him, and I didn't believe him, because when I talked to her on the phone, and, I mean, obviously I've never met your mother, I don't know what her living conditions are, but just because of what he was saying, I thought, I don't think so.
No, my mom is, wait, then my brother will lose it. Mom, are you losing your mind? You getting dementia? You can't boil water on 8. You know, and then he'll be behind her. And then she'll come to do something. What are you doing? You can't do that. You're gonna start a fire. Or, you know, and then my mom would be like, always like, I know what I'm doing, you know, like it's not my first time I took cook a turkey or whatever.
Yeah.
But he, you know, so then now he was paranoid because every time he passed by the thermometer, the furnace would go on. And he wouldn't let go about that. So my mom's like, fine then, go buy a thermometer. But then he took electrical and he should know how to do electricity. But then my mom called my dad, who's an electrician. Do you trust Rick to change a thermostat? Why? Is he getting the same one? What's wrong? And then the furnace didn't want to work anymore. So then my mom was worried now, like, what if he miswired something and the house is going to catch on fire, you know? So, like, he's making it look like my mom is having dementia and she doesn't know what she's doing. And then he's like, then he acts like the savior. See, that's the reason why I'm here. If I wouldn't have been here, your house would have burned down. See, there's a reason why he tries to make himself look like the hero to my mom. Like, there was a point in time when my mom had a tumor on her, not pituitary gland, but another gland in the brain there. And so like a couple of years ago when my mom was dealing with a neighbor issue of her neighbor who had mental health issues in the back. My brother was telling the cops my mom had a brain tumor, you know? And like, so that's probably in record somewhere. But at the end of the day, my mom has been overly stressed, and I could tell like she was declining, like she didn't know what to do with my brother anymore.
She doesn't have a family doctor either?
She does.
She does? No, I'm not really sure how this works. She should maybe talk to her family doctor and talk about this form too,
Yeah.
okay?
I thought anybody could fill out that form too, because the only way that it could be admitted by a justice of the peace is if you can show that he's a threat to himself or to others, which
And
I think he is at this
I think
point.
you can fill it out, but I think it has to be sworn to by a judge.
Yeah. And so my dad's like, well, because I was checking the back road, see if I could find him, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll pick him up, bring him to Cobalt till we could figure out somewhere. At least we know he was safe, but I was actually scared of seeing him on the road and having to pick him up because he's so paranoid that I'd be driving and he would be like, watch out, he's got the steering wheel and something like that, because he's totally delusional. But it makes me really sad because I got my brother. I want him to get help. I know he knows deep down inside something's not right with him, but he's too much pride to go see a dentist or to go see a doctor because he has that fear where they're going to think he's crazy. Like, yeah, you're acting crazy. Like, you might not have a mental health issue, but whatever's going on in your body right now is causing you to act like this, which is, and that's why I was a little bit pissed off at my mom earlier. I said, you have to tell the cops, like, that he could have an infection because...
No, she did. But again...
The doctors,
I'm not a doctor,
I know.
and I can't dictate what the doctor...
Because usually if somebody comes
how the
in...
doctor assesses him,
Because
right?
somebody comes into usually emergency room, I think it's a protocol. If they're acting all psychotic and all that there, and it's just like a out of the blue, first thing they're going to do is check the blood. Like, make sure... make sure this person's not dying of something, because the brain will go last, and it just boggles me that they let him leave, because I'm sure if they would have did a blood test and got results today, they would be admitting him into ER right now to give him intravenous drugs.
Yeah, and again, I don't know what to tell you there, because I can't comment on what the procedures that the doctors take, right?
So you're saying that he's in Timmins, but he's not allowed to leave where he's at right now, or can he?
No, he can leave if he wants to.
My other brother is not gonna be able to sleep at night, because, he's got kids there, and, Rick, like, he knows that the family's been talking behind his back, okay? And he can't do it when he's around, but we've all talked about what we have to do here, and we have to do it soon, right? But Rick caught on to that, so then he started to be distrustful, and, like, he'd want to beat up my other brother, because
what kind of people does he hang out with?
he has no
He
friends.
doesn't have any friends?
No. After him and his girlfriend split up in 2010, his only friend, like, my brothers were best friends, in 2016 there, he started acting like, not like as bad as now, but like stupid things, like about YouTube and the earth is flat and the government's hiding all this, and it's like, whatever, big deal if the world is flat. Like, it's not going to change my life, but to him it was like, we got to go protest about this, and my brother and him would...
Yeah, he said that today.
I'd write him big long emails. Rick, protesting's not going to do anything. If anything, it's going to put a target on you, You don't want mom to institutionalize you, well then just go to Ottawa and protest, they'll do it for you there. And you say you have no name, well, they don't care if you don't have a name. If you say, I'm not Richard, really, I'm me, well, they're going to say, okay, no name, let's go, we're going to give you a number, like, and I'm trying to wake him up to see that this thing that he's all up in arms about as, it's not going to change your life, like, and so that's the reason why he had to leave my other brother's house, because Marc would be like, give it up. He'd follow my brother around the house talking about this shit, and my brother would be like, Rick, I don't want to hear about flat earth, I don't want to hear about Freemasons, I don't want to hear about this anymore, like, I'm done with this. And then they had a fight, and my brother's like, take off, leave, get out of my house. And my brother Marc had been supporting him through his depression, feeding him and taking care of him. And then he turned around, like, and treated my brother, like, as if he was his enemy. So he ended up at my mom's, you know? And then my mom was like, oh, you know, I can't have him here. And then she kept saying, oh, he's gonna leave, he's gonna leave, he's gonna go to Alberta, right? But then we saw his mental health decline. Now it wasn't just him ranting about YouTube and conspiracy theories. You know, now he thinks he's resurrected, he thinks he's God, he thinks if he dies, the whole world's gonna end. You know, he thinks he has that he's Tesla, and that he's got this invention where everybody could have free electricity, and I'd be like, well, write it down on paper, Rick, like, you know, get a patent, you know, try to encourage him, like, if it is true you're doing something productive, you know, but get off YouTube, you know, if Tesla had lived in this day and age, you think he'd be giving out his secrets on YouTube, like, so I tried to get him off the internet, and that's what triggered him. My mom, finally, she said, no, there's something going on with the internet and him, those chat groups, and, you know, it's all bullying and negativity and chat groups, and
it has a lot to do with aggravating the mental health.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so I created a fake account, and I was trying to, like, so I went in and I looked at who he was all talking to, and I connected them all, and I kind of infiltrated into this group where I'm in the chat, and I realized, like, these people are in a cult, like, they're in a cult, you know, you can't say anything against, you know, and I was just watching them, and it'd be like, state your purpose, you know, and then, like, all these things about how to join in the chat, and if you say anything against flat earth, oh, you're banned for whatever days, and they got moderators. And then I started to think, okay, I think my brother's one of these moderators in this group, right? But all they do is berate people, and then berate, and so, like, if you're always on edge trying to defend yourself and you're getting bullied, like, that's what I could see was going on, is that he was so aggressive that it wasn't coming from us, from the family, but it's because he was being belittled and bullied online, and he'd turn around, he'd take it on my mom. So then I started infiltrating into these groups and seeing what the hell is going on, because I thought to myself, if he does leave, I'm going to know where he's going, like, you know. And there's so many people in these groups, and I'm saying to my mom, like, you know, for all we know, you know, he thinks he's in the flat earth group, right? It's ISIS. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're all talking, oh yeah, we're going to have a protest, meet up in Ottawa. You show up there, next thing you know, it's freaking ISIS drugging you, and now you're fighting ISIS.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it could be. Like, you know, because anybody could be anybody online. And it scares me, you know, like, with the dark web and the shit that he was on there, like, you could get anything on the dark web. I went on there once just to see what the hell he was talking about. Like, you could hire prostitutes, you could hire hitmen, you could order snuff films. Like, get the hell out of there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's serious shit going on there.
Oh, I know. I'm aware.
Holy moly, yeah. So, like, you know, and then my brother's all like, oh, the government's trying to censor us. I said, Rick, if you're not doing anything illegal, you're not doing anything wrong, who cares what people are watching on your internet? Like, I don't care. I don't have no VPN or nothing. Like, somebody wants to look at what I'm doing, go look at what I'm doing. Like, you know, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not, you know. But I told him, like, whatever you're doing, you think you're talking to flat earthers? You're not. There's people setting you up, and actually to the point where when I started infiltrating into the group, some of the people that he was chatting with must have caught on, because they kind of blocked what their activity from me being seen. But it's okay, because I had a freaking account a year and a half ago. So I went back on that old account, and I could see what they were doing. So it's almost like the people that were influencing my brother knew that I was catching on to them. So they blocked me, but they didn't block my other account, because my other account, they didn't suspect me back then. So there's 3 people there that I think that are brainwashing my brother into be a hero for us, you know? Go put some boots on the ground. Yeah. Yeah.
His thing is because he doesn't trust medical staff.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust law enforcement.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what to tell you, except I would get your mom.
To go do the forum for me, Timmins,
have
because
no
he
authority.
hates Timmins. If anybody, Timmins, please. That's one of the reasons why he is the way he is. When his ex and him split up, one of the kids weren't his. It's the father of the kid works at Timmins Police, and they altered DNA tests, and they did all kinds of corrupt things against. Yeah, my brother went for a DNA test, and it showed one of the kids wasn't his. Okay, so then Mendoza, his lawyer for his ex, said, oh, he sent his brother for that DNA test. And then so he went and the cop
Who
said,
sent his brother?
the court was, my brother said, I want a DNA test to make sure I'm the father before you order child support against me. So then when he went for his own DNA test, right, they said he wasn't the father because you have to have so many markers that match.
Okay.
So then his lawyer said, oh no, he got his brother. And my brother's like, let's do another one. So then the court ordered that they go do it at the Timmins police. So my brother showed up and apparently they had already went, the kids and the mother. And the police said that they had a videotape of it all and everything. So they do my brother, house, they steal my brush, and then all of a sudden we're waiting for the DNA test. Oh, it got lost in the mail. And then then they had to go get another DNA test done. And then all of a sudden he's the
How long ago
father.
was this?
In 2010. So all of a sudden they say he's the father. My brother's like, it can't be him, the father. All of a sudden, like, they switched the freaking DNA. So then my brother went and they did another DNA test. And every time they did the DNA test, it would change. And Amy, who was dating my brother, one day she was drunk and she showed up at my house and she was telling me that she used to be a prostitute for the Hells Angels and she screwed all the Timmins police officers. That there was a big sex ring in Timmins. And so after that, next thing you know, pharmacy's dropping off gonorrhea medication to my brother, right? At the end of the day...
It sounds like there's a whole lot more
Oh
to this story
yes,
that,
there's a whole
you know.
lot, okay? But let's just say, at the end of the day, when my brother used to go, and back then my brother was normal there. He wasn't suffering from any mental health issues. He was just enraged that they were screwing around with DNA tests to try to hide the fact that the officer was the freaking father of kids. Anyways, at the end of the day, the OPP used to show up in court, in family court, with white gloves there as if somebody might bite them there, just ready to take out my brother out of court. And the lawyer for his ex was the lawyer for my ex, and she was calling the cops on us left, right, and center all the time. And I started recording every interaction I had with the police. I have police records of things that never happened to me, you know, and like that I went somewhere and I made a public disturbance and I was removed. That never happened. There's a police record where apparently I beat up somebody and stole their disability check. That never happened. And I get all my police records and all this shit's in there. Yeah.
Is there another Chantal Alliance?
No. And then I sued the Timmins police.
It's not an uncommon name.
Yeah, no. They were doing by purpose to make false records against me. And I was recording it all. I have all the recordings, contrary to their audios. And then I sued them, the Timmins police. Because then they went and they gave all my police records to the lawyer without me knowing. And they tried to use all these fake records against me in court to take away the kids away from me.
I'm going to stop
Yeah.
there, Chantal, because
Anyways,
I
yeah.
can't comment on any of that.
But
right?
anyways, at
Because-
the end of the day, if Timmins police gets involved with my brother, it's going to be very bad. Like a cop's going to... It's sad. But I just freaking hope Timmins police doesn't get involved because it's not going to end up good for anybody at all.
And maybe the best I can do is see who's on duty right now, or send a message.
Make sure it's
so
not
that they
Bierman, Martin, McGinn, or Lil Cove.
Well,
Because
I
those
can't
are the
control
cops
who
who
it
have
is.
problems.
Yeah.
Those cops, if they even know my brother's a threat right now, they're just gonna be happy like pigs and shit. I'm telling you, there's some major corruption going on in Timmins police. And maybe one day I'll have enough courage to bring all that in. Stop the human trafficking going on. But a
Do
lot
my
of
best.
shit.
Obviously, it's not in our area,
Just
be on the lookout, but.
and be on the lookout that he doesn't show up at my other brother's house because he's
Well,
gonna
if
try to
you're,
kill
you
him.
can tell your brother that if he does show up and.
By the way, I took these scissors here that were right here, which, like, my brother, you
Had a
know.
child here.
Yeah. But, anyways, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. It's just, now I'm gonna go and try to be there for my parents the best I can. But like I said, you know. we
Your
won't be able to
dad
sleep.
called me earlier and I had another call, so I put him on hold, but then apparently,
He hung up.
yeah, I don't know if he hung up or
Yeah.
the call was lost or what, but when I went back, he was gone. And I didn't have his phone number, so
Yeah. He's in the book. I think what the reason why is because when my mom told me he was going back there in 15 minutes, I called my dad, and then my brother called my dad and said, call the cops. Like, tell the cops to drop him off on the road, like not to bring him back to mom's because he's gonna lose it. And I think that's why my dad was like
What's
trying
your
to get
dad's
him
name? Is it Lorien?
Lorien.
Lorian.
Julie.
He was a little bit hard to understand on
May 1st, 6:18 p.m. Ron texted me today, and he had mentioned that he texted me and said, "Did you tell your brother that you talked to me yet? Just wondering. I looked for you on Facebook, but you're not there. There was so much more shit I could tell you, but my fiance hates it when I talk about it. Anyways, have a good day." I wrote back, "Hi, is this Ron? I'm just at the corner store. Can I call you when I get home?" And he wrote yes. So I will be calling him now and see what he has to say. Two 705-266-4990. 705-266-4990.
T1. Your call cannot.
4990.
Hello?
Hey, Ron?
Yeah?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, Chantal?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you in your vehicle?
Hey?
Are you driving?
No, I'm at work.
Oh, you're at work. Did you want to give me a
Yeah.
call back, or?
No, I got you on, I got my earplugs on.
Oh, okay. So, what's up? Yeah, how was your trip?
Oh, it was alright. The fucking beach sucked. It was mercury, like it was really dirty. You couldn't see it wasn't blue like you see on TV.
Yeah. How many days did you go?
7 days.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
it wasn't the best trip?
No.
No, eh?
No, by far it was the worst trip I've ever done.
Really? Yeah, I hear people, they go to Dominican because it's cheap, but they don't enjoy it as much as, let's say, Cancun or something, you know?
Yeah, well, Dominican's not really cheap. Cuba's really cheap and it's nice.
Mhm.
But, well, I mean, I didn't pick the resort. We won the trip, so.
Oh, you won the trip from where?
From Bermuda Tan.
Oh, cool. Wow.
A $20 ticket and won free trip.
Wow, that's nice. Oh, you didn't tell me that last time. I thought you were paying yourself a vacation there since Denise took you for everything. Holy Jesus.
No. We
No.
were supposed to go to Cuba, but we had won the trip, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
So where are you working now?
I'm still at Lakeshore Golf.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How many
I've been
people?
at the mine 3 years now.
Oh, that long, yeah?
Yeah.
How many people did they hire there?
Oh, fuck. There's probably 600-700 guys here.
Yeah? Holy jeez. I didn't think there was that many.
Yeah, it's a big mine.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell the other day when I was talking to you that you weren't saying too much, and I figured that's because your fiance was beside you there, and I could tell, like, there was something you wanted to say, but you didn't want to say it in front of her or something.
Yeah, she was sitting there on the couch and she had her ears on. She was listening.
Yeah, I could tell, yeah.
She hates Denise like so much. She's seen what Denise put me through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why not?
a lot of people hate her. So,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, she fought. She was being investigated too.
By who?
Taking a photocopy of my mom's will. Because my mom had her will where she worked, and she brought a copy home and showed me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's
So I went to the police station, filed a report. It was videotaped and everything. And they said, well, you got proof of it? I said, no. I said, after she showed me, she tore up the fucking, her will. I said, but I can tell you exactly what's in the will. I said, wouldn't that be proof?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he asked me questions, and she never got fucking fired for it.
So your mom's will was with the law firm she was working for?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly she did the same thing with the deed, with the deed for the trailer. My brother doesn't have the deed. And
I think Amy has it.
who used to own that trailer?
I don't know. The guy passed away. I had bought it for them.
But was it the name of the guy, Joe Godin?
Yeah.
And he died?
Yeah, he died.
Okay, because I remember Rick saying that there was some mail that used to go there, and it was under Joe Godin. And because Rick was trying to see if he could get a copy of the deed, but Denise had it. And when he went...
No, we didn't. We never had it. I think Amy had it.
Well, Denise...
She misplaced it, or...
No, I think it's filed at the law firm where Denise works. So when he went to go get it, Denise had a copy of it, and they were saying that legal aid had a lien on the trailer, and Rick didn't believe it. So Rick started looking for the deed, and he realized that he didn't have it. So he went to the law firm to go get a copy, and they told him to get a lawyer.
Yeah, well, I had a lien on it because Amy went to legal aid. So they put a lien on the mobile.
Yeah, but how could she have been on legal aid when she got like $15,000 deposited in her account by her grandfather to buy that car? Because it showed that she had $15,000 from her well, she said it was from her grandfather, but they got fucked up with the story, and they said that it was the grandfather that bought her a little car. Was it
Not.
No?
That's one of fucking Amy's sugar daddy.
Yeah, eh? That's what we thought, because they said that the grandfather got a loan, and then they fucked up, and they said that he gave him a check, and yeah. But was it the car that she lost when she got pulled over, or was it another vehicle?
It was another vehicle.
Oh yeah.
She got into an accident with that vehicle, and then the insurance gave her money, and she went and bought a minivan, and she couldn't keep up with the payments because she got caught with impaired under the influence of drugs with the two kids in the vehicle.
And that
the kids were sent to Timmins, and we had to take care of them for 2 months.
Oh, so she stayed in Barrie and the kids in Timmins.
Yeah.
So they were going.
Didn't have the kids.
So the kids were going to school in Timmins?
Yeah.
How come the CAS didn't fucking contact Rick?
I don't know.
Huh.
Not a clue.
So this was after court was all done.
Yeah.
So it was after Rick had moved out then.
Yeah.
Ah, that's how she got away with it. Because I said to my mom, I said like, well, fuck, she got the kids taken away, and my mom says, well, she says, are you sure you could believe Ron with that? I said, well, why the hell would he lie about that? She says, well, I don't know. She says, wouldn't Rick have been notified because he's the dad? And I said, well, I guess not. I think Amy, sometimes she says he's the dad, and then when she doesn't want to admit he's the dad, she says she doesn't know who the dad is. I think that's what she's doing. Unreal.
She's saying that she lives in there because she's afraid for her life.
Yeah, exactly.
She does, yeah.
Well, they tried to make... Go ahead. she's trying to make Rick look like she's scared of Rick or that he's violent, and Rick wouldn't hurt a fly, like, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, she's fucked in the head. I mean, that whole family is fucked in the head. Anthony too, Amanda.
They're all medicated, and they're all unstable.
Amanda, we had a camper at the cache, and she came camping with us overnight. Fuck, we're sitting at Buddy's campfire, and I go grab some beer, I go back, where's Amanda? She's in the fucking camper screwing this guy, and she's living with this guy in Concord.
Yeah.
And where's her mom in the fucking camper watching her kid while her son while Amanda's out getting fucked.
Unreal.
Yeah, and the reason why I left Denise the second time, the first time she's the one who left me. She moved to Barrie to go take care of Amy.
Yeah.
Because she claimed that Amy had a bunch of court papers and with her schooling and her escort and all that. And Amy needed help. I said, "You're serious? You're gonna fucking leave me to go help your daughter again?"
Yeah.
And when she did that, she had torn the fucking mobile apart inside.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the mobile where our bedroom was, it's not there no more. It's all open. So she had left the mobile in a fucking disaster with wires hanging everywhere, walls taken out, no kitchen cupboards, no fuck all. She had left me in a mess like that.
Fuck off.
So, and then we got back together a few months later, and the house was sold. So we ended up putting like $30,000 in rentals in the mobile. And lo and behold, I get a knock at the door, and it's Debbie across the street. You know the girl Amy is hanging around with?
Yeah.
The druggie?
Yeah.
Well, she comes and shows me this fucking email that Amy has sent her saying that I think it's about time my mom goes back to Timmins there. She said she's sleeping with all my clients.
Fuck off.
I said, that's when I said, oh yeah? That's it, it's over.
So she was really an escort. She was an escort when she was in Barrie.
Yeah, she was doing the escort thing with her mom and sleeping with a bunch of fucking guys.
Well, that's why Rick got a fucking STD, because I think she was doing that while she was with Rick.
Well, it wouldn't fucking surprise me, man.
Do you know the name of the escort business?
No.
No?
No. I don't even know her fucking trick name, or they don't use her real name. They use, I don't know what you call those,
Like a fake name.
yeah.
So I guess,
It's like a
like when they,
nickname.
when they get paid for shit like that, is that under the table or is that a legitimate fucking paycheck?
I don't know. It's under the table.
Wow.
Supposedly, Amy got her fucking. She got herself fucking beaten up real good one night.
She got herself beaten up?
Yeah, she went to a motel room to sleep with the father or the son or something, and the father came in and they fucking raped her for, I don't know, 12, 14 hours. They beat her up real fucking good. What is she gonna do? Go to the cops and say, I was beaten, I was a prostitute?
Fuck, eh? And where was her mom with all this?
Fuck, I know, probably at home watching the kids.
Fuck. So when the kids were with you guys, what year was that?
2013.
So it was after.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2013. Fuck.
And it was, because I know they went to school for 2 months. Amy had 2 months to straighten her fucking shit out.
Did she go to rehab?
No, I don't think she went to rehab, but she had to move because she was kicked out of her place. She got caught with, she was, all hell broke down on her. Plus her grandfather died.
Yeah.
She went through hell, which I really don't give a shit.
Did she get caught with drugs or anything when she was with the van? When she got...
you don't get the whole fucking story. Of course, Amy never does anything wrong. She was caught. She was caught in a hit and run
In a hit and
then,
run.
not even 7 days later, she got caught impaired with the kids.
Fuck, and that's when the kids got taken away by the Barry OPP, right?
Oh, actually by the courts, CAS or whatever you call that.
Well,
She was unfit.
yeah, but when that happened, was she in Barry or was she in Timmins?
No, she was in Barrie.
Oh, okay, and then the kids got shipped to Timmins.
Yeah, Denise had to drive down to Barrie, pick up the kids, and bring them back.
Fuck.
So was her mom to the rescue again?
And how did you find out that Denise was sleeping? Oh, because the girl Debbie came and brought you the email.
Yeah.
And did you confront Denise with that?
No, never confronted her with it. After I broke up with her, left her, it was I never wanted to talk to her ever again.
Oh, because you only found out after you guys had broken up that she was doing that?
No, I found out during we were together.
Fuck.
When we got back the second time.
So Debbie was on your side, I guess.
Oh, Debbie's my cousin.
Oh, Debbie's your cousin.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's her husband, Marc. He works at the mine here with me.
Oh, fuck. Well, you're lucky you didn't. Did you go get checked for STDs? Fuck.
Oh yeah.
You didn't get anything from her?
No.
Because if you would have gotten an STD from Denise when all this went down, she wouldn't have been entitled to anything.
Really?
Yeah, because if you're in a relationship and she cheats on you,
Yeah.
well, she can't get spousal. So, whatever order you got there now and you're paying her spousal, if you fucking brought the email that Debbie had back to court and say, I found out that she was cheating on me and she's not entitled to spousal, and she could get that taken away from her.
You know how much I'm paying? I'm paying $200 a month for 3 years.
For 3 years?
Deal.
Uh,
Yeah. I'm almost done 1 year there. I got 2 more years to go. And she got the DJ business plus $200 a month for 3 years.
but then you were stuck with $40,000 debt.
Yeah. I had to not declare bankruptcy, but I had to do a proposal. It's like credit counseling.
Yeah?
So I got 5 years to pay off all my debt.
Oh, there you go. Well, you know what? A consumer proposal is always better than declaring bankruptcy, but it still puts you in a bad situation,
Yeah, it does.
But
I don't have my truck no more. I had to give up my Nissan. I had to buy a little car, but at least I still have my mobile. It's all newly renovated. It's brand new.
yeah, and don't try fucking selling it until you're done paying her the spousal because she's going to come back after you.
No, she can't.
No?
No, it was all settled. She got the DJ business and $200 a month, and that was it. It's settled. It was in the last minutes and everything. She can't come after me for my pension or anything.
Wow. So I think Amy's pregnant now. My mom said she went on Facebook, and it looks like she's married to this, I don't know if he's black or if he's Indian, but she looks pregnant. And she said she's living in Mississauga.
He's black native. I met him.
Yeah?
Yeah, and Amy claims to be a native girl too.
Yeah.
She dyed her hair pitch black and she wears fucking native jewelry and oh yeah, she's great fuck.
She's fucked in the head,
She
man.
asked me if I would DJ her wedding and said she wanted to have a big powwow and fuck that.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, well, all I know is that there's something that doesn't add up with the fucking DNA and the kids and all that. And
I can barely hear you.
all I know is that it doesn't add up with the kids and the DNA and that bullshit there. And like we suspect that Denise and Amy fucked around with the samples because, like, Rick swears that he didn't sleep with Amy like until after they moved in together. And when he found the ultrasound, it showed that she was pregnant in August, and Rick hadn't slept with her yet. And so that's what raised a flag right there. And supposedly the youngest kid, he's got autism or something. Is that true?
Really?
Well, that's what supposedly they said in court when her and Denise broke into the trailer. when it went to court, the lawyer was saying, oh, and she's got a son that has special needs, and he has autism, and blah, 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 blah. So when they broke into the house there, was that before or after she got fucking nailed for drinking and driving or being impaired?
It was after.
Oh, yeah, eh?
It was after. She had no driver's license.
So did she get her driver's license back?
Oh. I would imagine she would have got it back by now. It's been 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, 2013. That's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she has the license back.
So it must have been hell with you guys having to take care of the kids for 2 months?
Ah, fuck. Yeah, it was. But again, Denise always fucking took care of her kids, and I had no say in it.
No. Well, you know, like you raised your kids, she raised her kids, and then you're fucking stuck raising Amy's kids. And Rick, like, he should have been notified of all this because he would have had an opportunity to step in and say, I'll fucking take the kids. Because even though, Rick even said, like, even if I found out the kids weren't mine, he says, I'd probably still take care of them because, fuck, at least they'd have a better life, like, than with Amy, you know? But, you know, and I know that, like, he wants to move back at the trailer, but he went and got his mail there, and he's just not sure there if he wants to make that move. And I told him, like, you know, that everything's good, that, you know, you'd watch out for his back, you'd watch out for yours kind of thing. And he says, yeah, but it's not just Ron I have a problem with at that trailer. There's a whole bunch of Amy's friends out there, and he says, I don't know if it's a good idea. And so he's still thinking about it.
Amy has no friends in the fucking park.
No?
No, the only friend she had was Debbie and Marc, and I talked to Marc the other day. He doesn't have a problem with her. I know he did finish the siding and the windows that he did, the job that he did, but I mean, Marc doesn't hate him to a point where he'll fucking backstab us.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
No, he says, I don't have a problem, but he says, I don't know if he kept paying his lot rent.
Yeah, he's thinking, he's debating there whether or not he's going to pay it and go back. He's still deciding there, but he's got to make a decision quick. So.
He must be a few $1,000 in arrears.
Well, I think he had stopped paying in May or something, but the thing that bothers him is because when Denise and Amy broke in, they fucking got a locksmith to come and break the lock and all that. And did they move all the stuff to your house? I don't know what they did with the stuff, but anyways, then they moved all the stuff, and when they went to court, like, the fucking judge is basically saying that, oh, well, she was allowed because her name is still on the deed. Well, hello, like, how does Rick sleep at night? Like, you know, knowing that she could fucking break in any time and not get charged?
Yeah.
Like, and then we didn't think it was Amy because Amy was supposed to be in Barrie. And my mom says, I bet you it wasn't even Amy because Amy's sister looks so much like Amy, she could pass for Amy. And
yeah, no, it was Amy. It was Amy and Denise.
Did they know the locksmith, or did they just call a locksmith?
I don't know.
Because Rick says, fuck, how do I know she didn't do that before? You know, like break in before, they got a key made or something. And so he had trouble sleeping at night, let me just say, and I would too, fuck, knowing that somebody could just enter your house at any time.
Well, I had to evict Denise. She was in my fucking mobile. The mobile's in my name. The mortgage is in my name, and she wouldn't get out.
Yeah.
I had to go to the cops, and he said, well, if you want to go, we'll get a locksmith, open the door, and you can go inside. I said, well, I don't want to stir any shit, but I want to get back into my place. He says, well, the only thing we're going to have to do is get an eviction notice and serve her with it. So I did it, gave her an eviction notice, and 2 months later she was out. But when she moved out, she cleaned the fucking place right out.
Yeah. Oh, well, Amy had said that was her plan the whole time, was to renovate your place so she could take you for what it was worth.
Everything, she took it, everything. She didn't leave me fuck all, not even a towel in there.
What fucking time?
And I paid for all that fucking furniture.
Yeah.
She had declared bankruptcy. She had no credit. She had fuck all. I bought her that car that she was driving for her birthday, and I had refinanced the mobile so I could buy her the car cash.
Yeah.
I got fucked royally with that woman.
Oh, I know. Well, if I would have heard that she was fucking sleeping as an escort, I would have nailed her so bad in court. You should have used that against her, man. Ruined her fucking reputation. Like.
Yeah. Well, Amy tried to fucking get me in this many times.
Oh, I know. She would brag about it, that she had went to the strip bar with you and that she was sure that you wanted to get into her pants and this and that. And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, right, it's the other way around, fuck. She'd always say, oh, my dad's hot, I'd fuck him. And I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you, you know?
She had a rash on her goods down there.
Yeah?
And she claimed that it was because she used bath salt or something in the top and she ended up with a rash down there. She actually pulled her fucking pants down and showed me her good.
Fuck off.
The rash and everything.
That's probably the STD that she got that she gave to Rick. And Rick one day he answers the door and there's the pharmacy and they're coming to bring in a prescription with a pill to take. And then he found out it was gonorrhea, that the pill was for gonorrhea. And then he says, well, that's pretty fucking obvious. She was fucking around on me while she was with me because I wasn't fucking around. So.
Nothing would fucking surprise me. Amy is such a fucking fake.
You know what she said, though, in court? She said that she was dating a cop in Barrie. Is that true?
She was.
Was she?
Yeah.
Well, how could she be dating a fucking cop and be all on those kinds of drugs?
Fuck if I know. Big town cops. I don't know. She was probably fucking him and I don't know. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but I know she was.
Do you think she was doing the escort service while she was with Rick?
I don't think so. As far as I know, she only did it when she moved to Barrie.
Yeah. Well, before she met Rick there, she was a prostitute for the Hells Angels, she had said. That's what she...
Oh, when she was like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
She got beaten up real fucking good because she owed a lot of money for drugs or something.
Yeah. So, you know, when she first met Rick, she acted like she was Miss Priss, you know, my grandma's a judge and this and that. She played a good fucking part, you know.
Her grandmother's a fucking small claims judge. She's not a trial judge.
Yeah.
She does her small claims tickets.
She's a justice of the peace, yeah.
Yeah, she's justice of the peace. She's not a fucking full-blown judge.
Well, I remember Amy saying that her grandma used to be like always drunk and outside naked and all that, and yelling at the neighbors or something like that. And then I thought, your grandma, that's a justice of the peace? She goes, yeah.
I didn't hear a thing there. You broke up again.
Oh, no. She had said that her grandma was back in the days that she used to drink a lot and she used to go outside naked and yell at the neighbors. And I said, your grandma, that's a justice of the peace? She says, yeah. I was like, wow.
That's true.
Fuck.
Yeah, she was a real drunk.
Unreal, eh? But I know that, you know, it's better off that you're not with Denise and Rick's not with Amy because it was just trouble from the beginning, man. Like, after we found out what Amy was all about there, I thought to myself, like, I think Rick was embarrassed to be with her, you know, because he thought, like, yeah.
When I worked with Rick while he was doing houses and all that, I worked with Rick a couple of times.
Yeah.
And she used to show up on the job and yelling at him and treating him like shit. Oh, what a little bitch she was.
Oh, fuck.
She used to badmouth you too.
Yeah.
Saying that you were on drugs and you were psycho and you were paranoid and you lock your doors and close your curtains and all kinds of fucking shit she would say about you.
Yeah, well, she's the reason why I had my kids apprehended, I think, because she was hanging around with Luke, my ex there, and supposedly she had slept with him before, and then she was hanging around with him, and she sees me at the grocery store, and I'm walking in, and she's walking out. She goes, Chantal, you got your kids apprehended, eh? And she was laughing. I said, don't worry, bitch, you're next. But Amy said that to me when she was hanging around with Luke there, and I went into the grocery store. She goes, "Oh, you got your kids apprehended, eh?" And she was
Luke's last name?
Johnson.
Is he from Cochrane?
Mhm.
Yeah, she was sleeping with him.
Yeah, I know that. And
Sleeping with him before she met Rick.
I know, because I remember when before Emily was born, Luke used to go play badminton with her, and back then she was only like 14 or 15.
Well, she brought him to Denise's place in Timmins a few times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Luke was going out with this girl named Colleen.
Yeah.
And Colleen had a kid with Joey Robank, and Amy used to say that she broke up Colleen and Joey because she used to
Colleen was native, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she says that she broke up Colleen and Joey because she used to fuck Joey. And then my mom suspected that Mackenzie was actually Joey's kid for some time. But yeah, I know she was sleeping with Luke. She admitted it to me one time.
I wanted to leave Denise many, many, many years ago, and I just didn't have the balls because I knew she was going to take me for everything.
And she did.
Yeah.
And the thing is she plays a good part, eh? Like, just like Amy, like when shit starts to hit the fan, she'll cry and don't leave me and I love you. And then it lasts for a couple of days and then she's back to normal,
Yeah.
Yeah. Unreal. But you haven't seen Amy or Denise around the trailer lately?
No, nothing whatsoever. I know Debbie has told me a couple of weeks ago that Denise is trying to get Debbie to accept her on Facebook, because Debbie said no. Why the fuck? She would talk to me before. Why the fuck would I accept her now?
Exactly.
And I guess Amy's always sending Debbie messages too, and Debbie doesn't want to get involved. She says,
No.
Ron, your family, and family comes first.
Exactly. And they're just trying to get the scoop on Rick, and they're trying to get the scoop on you. And it's like, you know what? Move on with your lives and leave us alone, like,
Yeah, we got nothing better to fucking do, like.
Really, eh? Like, she's, I don't know, like, did Denise ever get diagnosed with something, like bipolar or something?
She was manic depressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on pills, and then when we broke up, she went off her pills without the consent of her doctor, and she lost all her weight, skinny again, and fuck, Denise used to cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. Holy fuck. It was crazy. She cried every night going to bed.
Well, Rick was saying that every time she'd have sex, when she was done having sex, she'd cry. And he says there's something wrong with that woman if every time she had sex she cries.
It wasn't the sex. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand. She wouldn't have stayed with me that long if it was the sex.
No, she wasn't crying about the sex, but she would cry after sex for I don't know what reason. And she had said that in front of Amy, and Rick was there, and he overheard it, and he thought, that's kind of fucking weird. Yeah. Oh, fuck. So now, like, does Denise know you're with this girl and you're getting married and all that?
She knows I'm with her.
Yeah?
But,
has she tried to cause shit?
No. When I broke up with Denise, I moved in with this girl right away.
Yeah.
Because I had no place to go.
Mm-hmm.
Denise had changed the fucking locks and had locked me out, and I met this girl in the process of leaving Denise, and that's when I put my foot down. That's when all the bullshit happened at camp with Amanda sleeping with that guy, and I said, I had it. I can't fucking take it no more.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you promised me when we got back together that your kid, I'd be number one in your life now. And it never happened. It's like when we went to Jamaica, she told my mom, she says, my kids come first, my animals come second, and if I have time, Ron comes third. My mom wants to fucking punch her right in the face.
Oh, fuck. Unreal.
Yeah, you got fucking balls to tell a woman that, you know?
Your mother of all people, like.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, because Denise was adopted, right?
Yeah.
And, like, the rest of her family, do they get along or what?
Well, her other sister is pretty high class.
Yeah. Denise, Charlander, yeah.
Yeah, Giselle.
Giselle.
Her husband is the CEO of Screwball Falls.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, they have a lavish life and, you know, they travel and, yeah, they're not poor. By all means, they're not poor.
No.
So, yeah, she's not, they're not close together.
No, eh?
No, they're two totally different people.
Yeah, I could tell that. I've met her before, and you could tell, like, she's prim and proper, and, like, you know, and, like, Denise is totally opposite of her, you know?
Yeah.
So Denise, from what I hear, she doesn't work at that law firm anymore.
Oh, I guess you're hearing wrong, because every time I drive by, the car I bought her is still there.
Well, that's what my brother said when I told him that. He says, no, fuck. He says, she probably just put that on Facebook just to fuck you over, he says, because her car is at the law firm. And I said, well, maybe she sold her car to somebody she works with at the law firm to make it look like she still works there.
No, she's still there. Plus, she's still DJing in town.
So she never got charged about the will thing?
No, I guess went to court. They needed more proof or whatever.
Fuck.
They couldn't prove it. But Denise lost her job at the courthouse in Concord. She was there for 18 years, and she got fired because of the same thing.
Yeah, and that and letting Amy and all them go into the judge's elevator and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, you know, she's not all there, and when she makes bad decisions, like, you know, she's got poor judgment, and one of these days she's going to do something, and she will get charged, or she will get thrown in jail, and, you know, that'll be her own too bad.
Yeah.
But I know that the cops in Timmins don't seem too fucking keen on charging her or Amy with anything. It's almost like they're protecting them.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me none. Probably because Denise works in the law district or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Amy slept with a couple of those fucking cops.
Well, I don't know.
Fuck, you never know. Why would they get so much protection? Like especially with Rick there and Amy, the cops were all over Rick all the time, and Rick was doing nothing wrong. And it's almost like, why are they protecting the slut? Like, you know, it's weird.
Yeah. And her going to court all fucking stoned out of her mind. Unfucking believable.
Oh yeah. And then that's when she said she was dating a cop, and my mom says she was dating a fucking cop, and she's stoned like that. Then the fucking cop must be on drugs too. Come on. Like.
Yeah.
But the guy she's with now.
She was in Timmins.
When she was in Timmins, she was dating a cop?
No, in Barrie.
Yeah.
But when she went to court, it was in Timmins.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like for me there, for her to have gone back her kids, there's a problem. Like I don't know what she had to do to straighten out, but if she didn't go to rehab, how the hell did she get back her kids?
I don't know. She had 2 months to straighten out, and they were doing blood tests and pee tests and making sure there was nothing in her system. She had to fucking quit cold turkey for 2 months, or she wouldn't have got her kids back. Yeah.
And I'm sure after she got back the kids, she started right back.
Oh, I don't know. They were probably still monitoring her for a bit.
But it wasn't the CSIS in Timmins that was monitoring her. It was the CSIS in Barrie, because she was still in Barrie.
Yeah.
But when the kids were placed with you guys, did the CSIS have to go to your house and go make sure the house was safe and all that?
Yeah.
Do you remember what the name of the worker was at CSIS that used to deal with you guys?
Hold on a sec. Down to 5%. Okay. So what the hell are you doing in North Bay?
Oh, I went to school.
Okay.
No, I went to school, I became a paralegal. And
Wow.
yeah, and so now I'm just I'm in the process of starting a business there, and we'll see where that goes. Yeah. And I just want to get away from Timmins because I hate Timmins with a fucking passion. Everybody's crooked down there. The courts are crooked. The fucking cops are crooked. Like, I don't know. I think that it depends.
Well, that's one, but I would never go out with another fucking woman that works for the legal system. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah.
I got fucked with Denise big time.
Yeah. And you know.
When I met Denise, she had nothing. She had nothing. She had no furniture. She had fuck all. She lost her house. She had declared bankruptcy. She had nothing. And she walked away with what?
Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, that's what the personality that Amy and Denise have. They find somebody that they know they could get something out of, you know, and then they take you for everything you're worth, and then they walk away. And she'll do the same fucking thing with the guy she's with now. I betcha. You know?
Yeah. And what's funny about it, she never even took her husband to court.
No?
Never nailed him for fucking.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Okay, go ahead.
So she didn't take her husband to court, you were saying?
No.
Probably because he had too much shit.
She declared bankruptcy. She lost the house. She lost her van. She lost everything. And when I met her, like a couple of months after, she had nothing.
Mhm.
So, yeah, she never brought him to court for spousal or child support or fuck all.
Probably because he had too much dirt on her.
I don't know. I know he disappeared and nobody knew where he was. And then once everything was said and done, he came back.
Yeah. Did he ever try to take her back when she was with you?
No.
No, eh?
But I know he was in Cochrane when we were living there, and she comes downstairs and she's all dressed up, all hair done, makeup, everything. I said, where the fuck are you going? She says, I'm going to see Dave. I said, you're going to see Dave for what? Well, he's leaving town and there's a lot of things I need to talk to him about. I said, a lot of things to talk to him about? Fucking all dressed up like that? I said, you walk out that fucking door, don't come back. She never went.
Yeah. She's probably going to give him a goodbye fuck.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me, huh?
Fuck. But, where does Amy's brother live now?
I don't know. He's not in Ottawa?
He's an architect or something?
Yeah.
Yeah? He's doing good for himself?
I guess so. Last I heard, he graduated and he started his own architect business. And he had lots of clients. And
At least he's doing something with his life, eh? Do you think he's like, is he like Amy and her sister, or is he different?
he's different,
Mhm.
but he has his bad traits too.
Yeah. I never really met him. So I can't say much about him, but it looks like he had it together, like, but I thought at least one of those kids turned out good, you know?
Yeah, well, he was a slob and he wouldn't pick up after himself, and he, one night, one time he came down from Ottawa with his girlfriend and they were staying at our place in Cochrane, and he's upstairs fucking his girlfriend for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we're sleeping. We can hear the headboard. I said, Denise, like, well, what? What do you want me to do? Well, it's called respect.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't go to my mom's house and fuck my brains out.
Exactly.
Those kids had no respect for their mother at all.
Well, then again, Denise doesn't have respect for other people, so they learn what they see, right?
Yeah.
You know? Like, you know, I don't know. I know that when, just before Rick and Amy had broken up, Amy was hanging around with this girl called Crystal. And I knew Crystal from another guy I had dated before, and she was dating his friend. And she was a fucking tramp. Anyways, my dad goes there, and they had a fire outside, and they were having a few beer. And Amy was trying to convince Crystal to fuck my dad, and my dad could overhear everything. And he thought, like, what a fucking skank, you know? Rick was sitting right there. He's trying to tell Amy, like, shut the fuck up. And Amy's all drunk there, and her friend's all drunk, and saying you should fuck Rick's dad and this and that. And my dad was sitting right there, and you could hear it, but they were like as if they thought that my dad couldn't hear. And my dad says, oh my God, he says, what a fucking nightmare that was. He says, trying to pretend like I couldn't hear it, and all the time they're talking. And anyways, that girl was fucking bad news. But
she had no shame whatsoever, Amy.
No. And supposedly she was fucking this guy. What was his name? His name was Rick, too, and he was a chef. Had you ever heard about that?
Yeah.
Well, that's Richard Wilson. That's what his name. And that's, I think, the guy that she was sleeping with when she gave Rick the STD. And he supposedly had a girlfriend, so then we figured, oh, she must be having threesomes with these fucking guys.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me none. I don't know how many times I've heard Amy saying or trying to convince Rick to go to the bar and pick up a woman, bring her home, and have a threesome with Rick.
Yeah, I don't think Rick was into that.
No, he wasn't.
No, because Rick, he wanted to get married, have kids, and live a good life, you know? And when she met him, she convinced him that she was a good girl and that she wanted to settle down, and, you know, and it's like, okay, you're playing a part, you know? And when we first met Amy, we thought she was a good girl. Like, you know, she portrayed like, oh, I play piano and this and that. But then as soon as she got pregnant with Mackenzie there, and like, come on, she was obviously on drugs when she was pregnant with Mackenzie, because Mackenzie was born, she was overdue, and she was 4 pounds, you know? Yeah. And the reason why she was so small is because I think Amy was starving herself, because she knew that if she had the kid when it was due, that it would show that it wasn't Rick. So she tried by purpose to starve herself so the kid would be small, so she'd be pregnant longer, you know? Because she fired 3 fucking doctors that told her due date was a certain day, and she fired those doctors. So there's a lot of things that don't add up, and even to this day, like, Rick says, fuck, he says, the kids and her are in hiding. So I would never be able to get another DNA test done, and even if we did, like you know, the fact that Rick thinks maybe both of the kids are not his. Or,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what Rick needs to do is, you know, fucking bite the bullet and just go on with his life. Like,
well, he doesn't want to pay her support, right? Like, if the kids aren't his and she frauded him, well, why the fuck should she get his support? You know, why shouldn't the real father be paying? You know?
Well, is there an order for him to pay?
Yeah.
I thought she didn't want fuck all to do with him.
Well, as soon as Rick said that he already had the kids tested, DNA tested, they tried to sign over. They said, okay, sign here. We'll change their names. We don't want support. And then Rick said, no, we're fucking going through with this. And then as soon as they found out that he didn't have a DNA test done, then after that they're like, oh, well, let's go to court. And then in the middle of court, they were like, sign over everything. We'll change the names, do this, do that. And Rick says, no, we want to go to court. We're going to court. And like when the DNA test came back there was a lot of shit that was wrong with that. And so Rick said, no, there's something fucking that's not right here for them to want me to get out of their lives so quick, you know? But no, at the end of the day, she got fucking full custody, and Rick has to pay support, and Rick doesn't want to fucking pay her support. Why? Like,
I guess he's in arrears.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Like,
when he gets the job.
Yeah, when he gets a job, they're gonna deduct him. So, like, imagine you're with Denise and you have a kid. Like, imagine you're with Denise and you have a kid with her, and then later on you find out that it's not your kid and you still got to pay support. Wouldn't you be fucking pissed and say, no, whoever the fuck was the real father should be paying support, you know?
Yeah, shit.
So that's the way Rick sees it. So until the DNA stuff is dealt with there, he doesn't want to pay her a fucking dime.
Yeah. Hold on a sec. I gotta find something out here.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on? Okay, I'll turn around. Okay. Fuck it. Oh, Rick.
What's that?
I said, Rick's still at your brother's.
Well, he's living here and there, but it's just because he's too scared to go back to the trailer, and he wants that dealt with there, and he wants her off the deed so that if he does go back to the trailer, then she can't fucking break in again, you know? So he's gonna start, he's gonna get a lawyer there, and he's gonna get shit straightened out because, you know, it's been too long there that he's been living this life of being fucked over by Amy, and it's time to switch the tables around, right?
Yeah.
But,
well, I see Marc is now with his ex-girlfriend anymore.
no?
Yeah, because I seen her at the Walmart with another guy with the kid.
Yeah? Yeah. No,
What, she taking him too to court?
I don't think so. Well, not right now, but I'm sure it's in the future. But her too, she fucked around on Marc, and they split up, and she supposedly she's with the guy that she was fucking around on him with, and Marc, well, doesn't want to have anything to do with her, you know. And then she's doing her own thing, and Marc's doing her own thing, and eventually it's gonna have to go to court though. But for now, they're getting along as far as the kids go, so that's good, you know.
I see Marc's got a new girlfriend too.
Yeah, it's going good, and
I see Marc at the store. And, you know, I got no beef with Marc. Marc's never done anything to me, your mom.
no.
Neither your dad. I really liked your mom and dad.
Mhm. Yeah, no, and Marc says he saw you a few times. He says it looked like Ron wanted to talk to me, but out of respect for Rick, I didn't really want to talk to him. But he says, I'm sure, he says he got fucked over by Denise, and he knows how Rick feels. And then when I told him that I talked to you and all that, and I said, like, he's got nothing against you guys. And then he says, well, you know, it's good to know because if Rick's moved back to the trailer, you know, then we want to be all on the good foot, you know. And I said, yeah. I said, like, fuck, why would he have anything against you guys? You guys didn't do anything wrong to him. And then, well, Marc says, yeah, but Ron had threatened to fucking kill Rick there at one point and all that. I said, no, Marc. I said, fuck, whatever he said back then is because Denise got him to say that, you know. And he says, yeah, well, he says, you know, it's something that sticks in your mind, though, you know, when somebody threatens to fucking cause you harm. And I said, yeah, but back then there, Ron was with Denise, and Denise was probably telling him what to say and what to do, and if you don't do this and you don't do that. So I said, just fucking forget about it.
I don't even know where that came from. I've never threatened Rick.
No? Supposedly. Marc said something that you threatened to kill him or whatever like that.
That's not even my nature.
No?
Holy fuck, man. I tell you. No.
Unless it was Denise that said that, but from what I understood, yeah.
Maybe Denise fucking said that I said this or no.
No.
I'm not that type of guy, you know. And I don't get involved with bullshit like that.
No. But
That's fucking believable. I was gonna kill Rick.
yeah,
The fuck for?
and well, I don't know, but that's why I think Rick had, like, not just because of Amy breaking in, but he kind of was scared that you were against him. And I said, fuck, I said, he's not with Denise anymore, and Denise took him for everything he has. He has nothing against you. Just, like, let's move on with life and start over. Like, he'll watch your back, you watch his, and that's it. Like, so.
So did you talk to Rick?
Yeah, I talked to Rick and Marc there. I just explained that I had called you about the DJ thing, and then Rick was pissed off at me at first there, but I told him, I said, Rick, you can't avoid it. You know, like, if you want to go back to the trailer, you're going to see Ron, and wouldn't it be better to know that, you know, that you guys are not against each other, like, that he's on your side? He says, yeah, I guess so. So he says, but I don't want to hear about it. So he left the room, and then I talked to Marc, and Marc says, oh, that was a bad thing there. You shouldn't have did that, and you shouldn't have talked to him. I said, hey, I got nothing against Ron. I don't think Ron has anything against us. So, like, let's all pretend like Amy and Denise don't exist and move on with our lives, you know?
Yeah.
But,
Oh,
like, even, like, my Marc, he says, Ron, he says, he's probably still fucking Denise and, you know, and this and that. I said, no, Marc. I said, he's engaged. He was going on a trip. He's moved on. Denise has moved on. Like, it's time for everybody to move on now.
that's what I mean. If they went on my Facebook, they can see there is no Denise. There's nothing. I mean.
Yeah, I don't have Facebook, so I don't know. Rick doesn't have Facebook. Marc has Facebook, but me and Rick don't, so we don't keep tabs on people, like, you know.
I tried looking for you yesterday, and no, I couldn't find anything. Well, it's probably not on.
No, I went on when Facebook just came out. I touched base with all my friends, seeing what they were up to, and then I was like, you know what? I left high school for a reason. I don't need to keep in touch with all these people, and I don't need them to know what's going on in my lives. And I just canceled my account, like back in 2008 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't have a care in the world for Facebook. Not my thing. What's that?
Yeah, go ahead.
What were you saying? Oh. Were you talking to me or were you talking to your CD? What's that? Hello? Oh, you're cutting out, Ron. You're cutting out.
Yeah. Do you like it, North Bay?
Yeah, I love North Bay. Nice town.
Arsenault, your family's not there? Or?
Oh, well, I got good friends here, and I see my parents pretty often, like, you know, so I don't mind it. I like North Bay. I knew that I couldn't stand living in Timmins anymore. There was too much shit going on there, and no, I just didn't like Timmins at all anymore. It was too much for me, and when I moved away, a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders, and it felt good, like, not to be around fucking people that were driving me nuts, and Amy there, like, she did a number, like, on my family there. Like, we look like fucking crazy maniacs to the courts and to the cops because of Amy, you know? And
yeah, I've heard that.
And, you know, we don't like to have that kind of reputation, but, like, fuck, you know? Like, she's the one that started it all. And because her grandma's a justice of the peace, she's got special pull with the cops, and it's just like, you know, like, who are we? You know, we didn't do fucking nothing. She's the one that fucked everybody else's life over, her and Denise, and then they're walking around with their heads held high, and we have to walk down with our heads held low. Like, we didn't do anything wrong.
Amy's grandmother has no fucking pull whatsoever.
Oh, I think she does. I think she does with the cops because
Anthony got caught for impaired in Cochrane, and he went to his grandma, and his grandma said, "You're on your own, buddy. I can't help you with that. It's not my jurisdiction."
Yeah, well, I'm sure though he got off easy He didn't get a big fine like everybody else would have gotten, you know?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah?
Yeah, he got the fine, he lost his license, he didn't get no leniency at all.
Huh. This was before he went to school, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just before.
Yeah. Fuck. But, other than that, like, you don't have any knowledge of anything of with the DNA or with somebody else being the father, like it never slipped out to you?
No.
So she swears that...
Yeah, in front of me, they swore, they laughed about it, that they used to say, I can't fucking believe, 3 DNA tests and he still doesn't believe, like, is he fucking stupid or what? They would say that.
Yeah, well, why does fucking Amy not want to take a DNA test? Why, like, she knows she's the fucking mother of the kids, why did she avoid it and avoid it and avoid it?
I don't know.
Because she had something to hide, obviously. Like, if I'm the mother of the kids and I want to prove that Rick's the father, I would be volunteering myself to a DNA test. And she fucking avoided it.
How do you want to take everyone's DNA?
What's that?
Okay, how to take everyone's DNA?
Yeah, but the first test, Amy wasn't in there. And the first test they got done, the DNAs did not add up. It showed that Rick wasn't the father. So then they tried to say it was Marc that did the test. So then Rick went and got 2 more DNA tests and said, no, this is me. Who the fuck is in the first one? And then the court ordered Amy and the kids to go do more DNA, and she refused to go. And then they said to go do it at the cop shop. So Rick showed up at the cop shop, and he says, well, where's Amy and the kids? And the cop said, oh, they already came and got swabbed. And then Rick says, no, it wasn't supposed to be like that. And the cop says, what, you have a problem? And Rick says, no, let's do it. So he does the DNA test, then he's waiting for the results, and then they find out the DNA test went missing. And then the fucking cops swore up and down that Amy and the kids got swabbed. And then my mom found the nurse. She confronts her, and the nurse says, no, I never swabbed Amy. And Amy pretended like she did, and the cops pretended like she did too. And she hadn't. So then when... What's that?
That would be fucking devastating, to find out that he is not the father and all this bullshit on his shoulders, you know what I mean?
Well, that's a major thing. So at the end there, when they got the kids and everybody tested again, they changed the kids' numbers to match him now because Rick had so many DNAs that were always the same. Then they changed the kids' numbers. Well, DNA, I hate to say it, it's like a fucking fingerprint. DNA doesn't change. So why is the DNA changing? So that's why Rick says there's something not right and I'm not the father. And Amy and Denise could laugh all they want, but I'm pretty sure Denise, I don't know. You could pay off a lab to change fucking numbers, and I think Denise might have done that because there's something that's not right, and all of a sudden her house was for sale and this and that, and something didn't add up there. But I'm sure in front of you they would have never said anything, but behind the scenes there, I think there was something going on there.
Yeah.
Because I like Denise, she wouldn't have wanted to tell you too much because she was, I think, in the midst of wanting to leave you, and she knew that if ever you want to get back at her or something, that you'd go fucking rat out to Rick or something like that. So I think that Amy told her mom not to fucking say anything in front of you, or not to talk too much about what was really going on, because they didn't trust you maybe. But I know that Amy and Denise aren't fucking innocent and all that, and even Amy's lawyer there, Mendoza there, she was friends with Denise, right? And they used to travel together and all the time. And when
we went to a wedding in Montreal, Mendoza.
Yeah. And when Emily got apprehended from me, Amy and Amy's mom and Mendoza were driving fucking Emily to school. And so there was a lot of shit that was going on, and I think Mendoza there, she did some stuff for Denise that she shouldn't have done as a lawyer. And
I know I was threatened by Amy and Denise that if I got involved in any way that he knew this black guy is there, he would have came down and fucked him.
Yeah.
I was threatened.
You were what?
I was threatened.
Yeah.
Denise and Amy, not to fuck with their family, and if I did that, there was a black guy who'd come down and pay me a visit.
Is that the same black guy she's with now?
No, I
Yeah.
think it was probably a hardcore gang junkie or some fucking thing. Yeah, I was threatened.
Yeah. And we kind of figured that, at the end of the day there, like, the reason why things were rocky was because you were stuck in the middle, you know?
Yeah, so I started knocking at the door. I wouldn't answer because, you know, I didn't need any more fucking bullshit than I needed because I knew Amy was crazy and I knew Denise was capable of being me too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Denise has said it to my face many times. You fuck with my family, you fuck with my kids, you're fucking with the wrong people. And here I'm thinking, holy fuck, I've been with this girl 7 years. I guess I don't know her.
Well, you want to hear a weird thing? Remember, like, when Amy and Rick first split up? Well, actually, when Amy was with Rick, Amy used to say, if I ever found out that Rick cheated on me, I'd poison him. And she'd laugh. And then stay by that, right? So then after, when they split up, she makes a spaghetti sauce for Rick. And she says, well, I know how much you like my spaghetti sauce, so I made you some. Rick says, oh, yeah, okay, thanks. So he's going home, and you know the guy that lives next door to Rick? He's dead now?
Yeah,
Mario, yeah. So he starts talking to Rick and this and that, and he says, what do you have in the bag? And Rick says, oh, I got some spaghetti sauce. He says, here, do you want a container? The guy says, yeah, okay. He gives him the container of spaghetti sauce. 2 days later, the fucking guy was dead.
Oh, no.
Rick says, fuck, I wonder if she put something in that spaghetti sauce. He never ate it.
He had cancer.
He did?
Yeah, he had cancer everywhere.
No.
He didn't have much long to live.
Anyways, Rick said, after I heard that the guy had died, he says, I didn't fucking eat the spaghetti sauce. Fuck, she probably tried to poison me. Yeah, it was a little bit weird the way it happened, but, yeah. No, I just hope that for the love of God that you'd never take Denise back ever, you know?
Oh, fuck, that'll never happen.
No. Because you know what?
Never.
Because you're a good guy and, you know, you deserve much better, and I hope that the girl that's with you now treats you good and all that, because after the fucking hell you went through with Denise, you deserve that much, you know?
Yeah.
And Amy, well, karma has a funny way of working around, eh?
Exactly.
And what comes around goes around. And Denise and Amy, one of these days, they're going to get back what's coming to them. Maybe the guy she's with now there, Denise there, maybe he might fucking figure out that she's not all that, like, that she's malicious and blah, blah, blah. And maybe he might take her for everything she's worth. You know, then she'll know how it fucking feels.
Well, I hear that Denise's boyfriend, the guy I work with at the mine plant, he's from Hearst.
Yeah?
He knows the guy. He knows him very well. He says he's in Hell's Angel.
Oh, yeah?
He's a biker.
Oh, yeah. Well?
Yeah, but he works for business, but he's still in the bike gang.
Yeah, well.
Maybe they'll end up fucking with the wrong guy, and they're all going to end up fucking dead.
You never know. You never know. Because I know that Amy, back in the day, she used to be with the bikers and all that, and when her and Rick there first split up there was a lot of bikers that were going around the trailer park. Did you notice that?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, a lot of bikers were going around the trailer park, and Rick was starting to get worried there that Amy was up to it. Yeah, you never know. They're bad fucking news. That's all I know. And Amy, she's playing a part. The guy she's with now, there, like, come on, you're not fucking native, stupid dummy. But then again, my mom says, you know, Amy, she's not white though. She says, I think she's got Negro in her. And I said, why? She says, well, when Amy was breastfeeding there, she said that my mom said she saw her nipples, and her nipples were, like, almost black. So she says, like, there's no way that she's pure white. She has to have another race in her. But she wants to pretend she's native. She could go right ahead. Fuck.
I don't think she is native, but, I mean, her dad's got dark hair.
Because we don't know who Denise's real parents are, do we?
Well, I met her mom.
Yeah?
After me and Denise fucking broke up, I found out Denise was my cousin.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Why?
Her real mother's my aunt's cousin, so we would have been second cousins.
Really? Who's her real mother?
She looks just like fucking Denise. We met her. We've been to hers and we went at lunch and went to her place. And
What's her name?
Mom a couple of times.
What's her name?
I don't remember.
She has the same last name as your aunt, or?
I think it was Denise.
Denise?
Levafard or Denise. Fuck. Denise. I know it's Denise.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah.
And how did she find out that she was her mom?
She went through courts and opened some files she wasn't supposed to and found her mom.
Fuck. But she doesn't know who her dad is?
Her dad was her grandfather.
What grandfather?
It was Denise's grandfather. He raped his mom, and that's why they gave Denise up for adoption, because back in the day they didn't talk about shit like that.
Holy shit, so it's Denise's real mom's father.
Yeah.
Well, that could explain why Denise is not all fucking there.
Oh, maybe.
Well, if you marry, it's called inbreeding, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. So that's why they gave her up for adoption.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every time we meet her mom, she wouldn't talk about it. And then I see my aunt, and she showed me pictures, and I said, yeah, that's Denise's mom. She said, well, that's your cousin.
Fuck off.
You know? And then she told me the story. That's why her real mom would talk about her father, because her father was her grandfather.
Fuck.
But, yeah.
Unreal. But Denise is not her sister. Her sister, her adopted sister, is a different family.
Yeah.
Okay.
She still came from
a different family.
Yeah.
And how come she gave up Giselle up for adoption?
It's a different mom.
It's a different mom altogether?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Denise and her sister aren't sisters, like they're adopted, both of them, by different families.
Oh, okay. I get it. Huh.
Yeah.
Wow, so her mom lives in Hearst now. Denise is...
No, actually her mom lives in Rouen now.
Oh, yeah?
She moved away, yeah.
Does she...
Somewhere in the Rouen area, or I don't know.
Does she keep in contact with Denise?
I would imagine.
Is she on Denise's Facebook, do you think?
I know her sister is.
Yeah?
Her half-sister's on her Facebook.
Her half-sister?
Yeah. Well, her mom had more kids after she gave Denise up for adoption, so they're half-sisters.
Okay, yeah.
Same mom, but different fathers.
And what's her name?
I don't know. I would have to see the picture.
Yeah, yeah. So she probably went into documents, like you said, court documents, when she wasn't allowed to find that out?
Yeah.
Was her mother pissed off that she found her?
No, actually she was praying that they would meet one day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did Amy meet her and all that?
I think so, once.
Huh. Wow. All I know is that it's been a fucking roller coaster there, and I'm just happy to hear you're not with Denise, and like Rick hasn't made up his mind there what he's doing with the trailer, but I let him know that everything's good with you, and he's happy to hear that. So, you know what, like, it's a lot less stress for him to know that he can go back and that there's not going to be tension, you know, because he can't handle that anymore. Like, there's been too much shit, and Rick, he's usually an easygoing, calm, easygoing guy, you know, and Amy made him look like a fucking monster. And me, and my parents, and, like, fuck, you know? Yeah, you know, when you're in the heat of the moment, of course you're going to get pissed off, but other than that, you know, she slapped Rick around quite a few times. She's fucking lucky Rick didn't press charges on her, you know?
I know.
Like, Rick would never raise a hand to her, but she fucking smacked him out a few times. And it's sad because, you know, like, the people that are suffering the most out of all this are the kids. And, like, I'm sure when the kids were with you guys, they got attention. You know?
Yeah.
And they probably needed attention.
Amy never said anything about me.
What's that?
That Amy never said anything to you about me.
About you? Yeah. She said about that she always used to say that you were trying to get into her pants, and that one time you guys had went to the strip bar, and that you guys were at the strip bar together, and that you were pulling the moves on her.
Oh, fucking shit. I didn't even want to go to the fucking strip bar. It was her who begged and begged and begged and begged and begged, and finally I fucking gave in. I went nuts, and she was getting fucking laughed at by women.
Yeah.
We only stayed there for an hour, only because she wanted to go.
Yeah. Well, supposedly.
What a fucking lying sack of shit she is.
Well, supposedly she was going to that strip bar, and a friend of my brother's there, works there, or used to work there, or whatever, and said that Amy used to go in there, and she had a different name. She didn't go under the name of Amy. She had a different name, and she wanted to sleep with women for money. And she was going around she was on drugs, and she was going around putting her hands down everybody's pants, and they had to throw her out a few times.
That was surprising. Well, when I was there, she must have had, I don't know, 2 or 3 fucking lap dances from other women.
Yeah.
I never had one lap dance. Matter of fact, I was sitting at the bar talking to the fucking DJ, the guy who was playing the music.
Yeah.
And then it was time to go, and I left. What I meant, if Amy had said anything to you about me, saying something about you.
About me?
Yeah.
No. She said she used to just say that you were a weasel, and that you're always trying to sleep with her, and that your mom, that her mom was going to redo the whole trailer and take you for everything you were worth, and that had been trying for a long time to break you guys up, and she knows that she gets under your skin, and she does it by purpose, and like she was malicious. Like she didn't want her mom to be with you, and she was doing everything she could to piss you guys off, whether it be show up or she'd show up and spend the whole day there, and she says that she knew it pissed you off because you were off or something, and you wanted to spend time with Denise, and her and the kids would be there, and it'd piss you off, and she says, and I'd do it just to piss them off, like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She was always there.
Yeah.
We never had fucking 2 fucking minutes together.
Yeah. Well, she said that the reason why she did that is because she knew that it pissed you off and that it put stress on the relationship. And she says one of these days he's going to fucking have enough and he's going to leave, and then my mom's going to be happy. Yeah.
They wanted me to leave because I didn't put up with Amy's bullshit or anyone's bullshit. They didn't like me because I didn't put up with their bullshit. That's why they didn't want me with their mother.
Mhm. Yeah. And you know what? And like as far when I could tell, like when I seen you guys around, like it seemed like you were always like a gentleman and like polite and stuff like that, like, you know. And the picture that Amy painted of you was not what I saw. But then again, I knew Amy was just a fucking lying bitch, so I would just let her talk there. But it didn't affect how I thought of you, like, you know, because I knew she was just lying, and I knew she was the one that was trying to make you look like a fucking idiot, and all the time it was her that was the idiot. So,
okay.
I just...
She tried breaking me and Denise up one time, too. I don't know if you ever knew, but I told Amy, I don't want you to take this out of context or anything, but I told Amy that I thought you were cute.
Oh, yeah? She probably fucking went and ran to her mom.
Yeah. She ran to her mom. I said, "Fuck, big deal. I think Chantal's a good-looking woman. Big deal." I said that.
Yeah. Well, I remember one time you were by the truck, and you were supposed to rent out the trailer to a guy who was a radio announcer, and he was going out with a stripper or something. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I had went over to go see if Amy and the kids wanted to go out to the park or something. And you and the guy were talking by the truck, and then you introduced me and all that. And then she says, if Ron wasn't with my mom, I bet you he'd fuck you. And I thought she was just making that up, like, you know. So I was like, you know what, Amy? I said, it's always about somebody fucking somebody. I said, why can't it just be that, you know, that everybody's just, you know, living their own lives, and it's okay to say if somebody's good looking. She goes, no. She says, Ron's a fucking slut and this and that. And he'd fucking fuck me if I let him and this and that. And she was just always full of herself. So even if she would have told me that you said that, I probably wouldn't have believed her because, you know, she was always lying. So I don't know.
Every time she told me that 6 minutes, I would always run to her.
What's that? I didn't hear you.
And everything. I could have fucked the game about 12 hours. And every time
You're breaking up there, Ron. You're breaking up. I didn't hear what you said there. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay. You're back? What were you saying? Oh, I'm sure. I didn't hear you there, Ron. You just broke up again. You said you could have fucked her a dozen times, and then I didn't hear what you said after.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time I would run to Denise and tell her, every time she put me in a predicament like that, and Denise would always say, well, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? Well, talk to your daughter?
Did she tell Denise that she had pulled down her pants and showed you her nun?
Yeah.
What did Denise say?
Nothing.
What the
She
fuck
showed me her tip. I don't know how many times she showed me her tip. She pulled it out and said, here, Ron, suck on this.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? If my daughter did that, I'd say, you know what? Stop being a fucking slut with my boyfriend. You know? But Denise, to her, it's like nothing or what? Unreal. Unfucking real. All I know there, Ron, is that I'm just happy to hear you're fucking not with Denise anymore because you're a good guy there. You deserve a lot better than that. I knew that right a long time before, and I would just shake my head and look at you and say to myself, like, yeah, fuck, he's a good-looking guy. Why the fuck would he waste his time with Denise? But I could tell Denise had you wrapped around her finger there, so I was like, okay, you know what? He's going to learn the hard way, but look what happened, you know? So I could see right through Denise just like I could see right through Amy. And I don't know. There's just something about Denise there. It's almost like she's evil. Like she's got an evil streak to her, you know, and you can sense it. She's not a good person. Like, you know, they're not good people. Like, you know, they don't have no morals. They don't care who they hurt. They're very selfish individuals. And it's sad because people have suffered because of them. And like I said, karma goes around, comes around, and one of these days they'll be treated the same way.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do.
I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know. About karma?
Karma's going to get her one day, and she's going to get it fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Then after that, she won't be able to run back to you, like, you know what I mean? And the guy that she's with, he looks like like you said, he looks like a sketchy character there, and she fucks him the wrong way. I'm sure she'll pay the price later.
Well, have you seen them together?
No, I saw, my mom had showed me a picture of them on Facebook there. That's when I saw that she was working at a lumber yard or something. And I said, okay, well then I'm good to call Ron to find out about the DJ. And she goes, oh, Chantal, don't call him. I said, well, fuck, he's a good DJ. I said, I'm going to call him. She says, I don't think he still has the business. And then when I called you, you set me clear there, but I would have never called you if I would have known you were still with Denise, that's for sure. So when my mom showed me the picture of him and Denise with her boyfriend, I said to my mom, I said, oh, he looks like sketchy, that guy. Like, he looks like he's rough around the edges. And, well, you just said he's a biker, so, you know.
Well, how the fuck can your mom go on Denise's Facebook?
Denise's Facebook is open to the public.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, unless she just blocked you, but I know my mom, anybody else could see her Facebook.
Huh.
But
mine's open.
Hey?
I wonder if mine's open.
I don't know. I don't have Facebook. All I know is that my mom, every now and again, she goes and she checks out Denise's Facebook just to see what she's up to. And that's when she saw a picture of Denise and Amy together, and it looked like Amy was pregnant, and she had a ring on. And she changed her name to Pat Squatch, or whatever the fuck her last name is now. And so that's why we know that Amy's married now. But, yeah.
God, the poor fucking guy with that.
You met him, though? Is he a good guy?
Yeah, he's very quiet. He keeps seeing Amy in tune.
He kept what?
He keeps Amy in tune. Like, he puts her in her place.
Yeah?
I guess he's got a very good job. He's a geologist or some fucking thing.
Yeah?
He's never home. He's always gone working out of town, and she's probably fucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry when he's gone, but...
Probably. Well,
she's pregnant again.
Well, that's what it looks like. It looks like she's pregnant. It looks like she got a little bit in there. And that's her way of trapping him, right? Oh, he makes good money, I'm going to trap him. She doesn't give a fuck about the kids. Like, I remember one time I was at Rick's house there, and Mackenzie was whining, and she was in the kitchen, I was in the living room, and I went to go see, like, what's the matter, Mackenzie? You know, I went to go see Killa, Mackenzie, and I walked into the kitchen, and she smacked her right across the face, and she didn't think I saw, right? And then she says, arrête de chigner, and Amy goes in the washroom, and Mackenzie's crying and crying and crying. Well, I had seen her slap her. So I said, viens ici, Mackenzie, viens ici. And then I was holding her and I was hugging her and I kissed her on the face. And I dit, maman fait bobo à moi. J'ai dit, je sais. And then Amy comes out of the washroom, and as if, like, she didn't know I saw her slap Mackenzie. Then I told that to Rick there, and Rick says, you know what? He says, it scares me when I leave in the morning, and, you know, I don't know if she's taking care of the kids, because Rick would get home, she'd say, peace out, she'd go to the bar, she'd get home at all hours of the night. Rick, in the morning, he'd wake up, go to work, he'd say, okay, fuck, get up there, I'm going to work. And, you know, he never knew if the kids were being taken care of or what. But all I know is that I looked at one of her old phone bills there, and that girl was on the fucking phone 24/7. So there's no way she was taking care of those kids the way they should have been taken care of. No way. No, those kids were neglected, and I'm sure when you guys had the kids there, they knew what it was like to get attention, you know? And
fucking, the kids were staying at the mobile, and Rick was still at his.
Rick was still there when the kids were there?
Yeah.
Well, how the fuck did she hide that?
Well, she would park the car on the side of the house where you can't see, park the cargo trailer to DJ, and she would load him up in the car so Rick could see.
Ah. So it was after court, but before Rick moved into the trailer that she got moved out of the trailer that she got pulled over then.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a situation there, because you know what? Why did Denise get the kids? Why was Rick contacted with that? You know, that's the question here. Because Rick, he would have taken good care of those kids, even if they weren't his. He said any fucking life would have been better than with her. You know?
Yeah, no kidding.
But, of course, Amy made him look like he was violent and he was dangerous and she was scared of him and, like, give me a break, fuck. You know, just because you're mad in court doesn't mean you're a violent person. So Luke had went over to Denise's house with Amy?
Oh,
Luke Johnson?
yeah, it was before she had hooked up with Rick.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was probably like a month before she had met Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Luke is the father of one of those kids.
Anything's possible. She was a slut then. Probably a slut now.
Unreal. Well, there's a lot of unanswered questions about that chick. But what can we do, you know? Well, I should let you go on, let you get back to work, but it was really nice talking to you. I could tell there the other day there, like, you want, it looked like you want to say something, but you kind of were biting your tongue, and I knew that it was because she was beside you, but if ever you want to fucking, you know, you want to chit-chat, give me a call, like, you know, we know each other. I'm not a threat to you and your girlfriend, but if you want to just chit-chat about Denise or fucking get something off your chest, give me a buzz. Me, I'm open to that, like, you know. I'm not there to ruin relationships, but I know that we had a history with Denise and Amy together there, and that's enough to keep us talking for a while.
No kidding.
Unreal, eh?
I got you on speed dial.
Okay. All right, Ron. Well, you take care, eh? And good luck to you, and thanks for giving me a call back. I feel better knowing there we have a little more information about all this shit, because, you know what? Rick knows now, like, that you're on our side, and if he does decide to go back there, at least, you know, you guys could be buddies and help each other out, and that's what I think he needs to know, you know? So.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Oh, yeah, I just felt there was a lot of stuff that should have been said, or, and, you know what I mean, with my girlfriend, my fiance, whatever you want to call it, was there, and she doesn't need this bullshit, right?
No. And you know what? It's probably best that she doesn't know, because she's probably already stressed out enough about Denise. And but it's good that you were able to get that off your chest, because you know what? I know how it is when you carry a fucking like a vendetta against somebody and you can't get it out, like, you know. So.
Yeah.
But that's good. Well, I'm happy to hear that you're moving on, and you got yourself a good girl, because you know you're a good guy, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck, Ron.
Perfect. You too. I hope your kids are doing good. And
yeah, well.
That's bullshit, eh?
Yeah, I'm still going to court. I'm still fighting the fuckers. But,
yeah?
Yeah. Well, I ended up bringing my daughter to the hospital one day, and the doctor was trying to say my daughter was sick because I smoked, and I said no, she's sick because she went camping with her dad, and something happened there, and she's been sick. I already brought her to the hospital, and it has nothing to do with that kind of thing. And I told him, like, I don't care to hear your opinions about my smoking, because I'm not the patient, it's my child. And then he told me if I didn't want to hear his opinions about my smoking, that he didn't have to treat my child. And then he walked out. And then so then I said, well, fine then. I'm just going to go back to the other hospital near Falls that I went to. And so I fucking left that hospital. I went to another hospital. And then at 10:30 that night, CAS and the cops broke into my mom's house and took Emily from me and said I denied medical care when I never did. Yeah. And then I went to court. And then Luke got full fucking custody. Even though he broke into my house twice, assaulted me, I had a non-harassment order against him, and he got Emily. And so, yeah. Now I've appealed that, and I'm still going to court, and it's not over yet. But what can we do, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
The justice system is not fair. It's who you know and who you blow. It's who you know.
I wasn't married to Denise, and let's die, you know? She fucking took me for everything.
Yeah, it's who you know and who you blow. And if you have connections within the justice system, you'll always get it your way. If your brother's a cop, you'll get it your way. If your mom's a judge, you know, like, that's the way it works in Timmins. And That's why I moved away from there, because I didn't trust the police, I didn't trust the fucking courts, I didn't trust anybody. You know, when you've done nothing wrong and you got the proof of everything you say is true and that everybody else is lying and you still fucking lose, then obviously, you know, justice does never get served. So I had to move away from there because it was too much stress for me. Yeah. But hey, if ever you guys are in the North Bay area, give me a call. You're more than welcome to come over, stop in, have coffee.
Okay.
All right?
All right, that's all.
Okay, we'll talk to you later, Lalonde. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So now, why would Stephen Meunier want to delete this file? Because this was a file where I had to form my brother. And he was being lured by a human trafficking organization of hackers. And the same hackers who started hacking me when I made tips in Melanie Ethier's case. This call is with Stephen Meunier, who stole the CD that accompanied that form to show the doctors that my brother wasn't crazy when he tried to say the story that he was a victim of DNA fraud. Because DNA fraud's been happening in Northern Ontario because private DNA labs have been paid off by Ontario Provincial Police and agencies such as the Ministry of the Attorney General and Neofax to alter DNA tests to suit their favor, which means they could falsely imprison or accuse anybody, such as putting people in jail for murder like they did with in the Rene Sweeney murder case. And with my brother, where 3 private labs altered DNA. So my brother and I hired an expert in the United States. He was a leading expert in pioneer in DNA technology. And well, when he did the DNA tests, he proved, you know, that through his research, that all of the tests that my brother had done were either negligent or fraudulent, which means somebody must have bribed the labs or they all committed accidents or negligence, which is highly unlikely. And that the mother's profile in this DNA did not appear to be belonging to the mother of the children. So for years, lawyers in Timmins, Lucia Mendoza, and Amy Johnston, who was a prostitute for the Ontario Provincial Police, the Crown Attorneys, judges, and lawyers. And in fact, her mother lost her job at the courthouse and got a sweet job at the Labelle, Gosselin, Maisonneuve Group, Ross Pope and Company Group, after she was fired from the court for allowing judges, you know, to molest her daughter in elevators. And that comes straight from Amy Johnston's mouth telling me this. And she fought to get her job reinstated, and she never won. Because she was letting her daughter take the judge's elevator so that they could fondle and sexually assault this child. And so anyhow, so now the police officers and judges and lawyers continue to sleep with this underage prostitute. She used to work for the Quebec Hells Angels, and she was sleeping with all these elite men. And then one day she got pregnant, And Luke Johnson was the last one to sleep with her. Then he went and got tied. And he said to her, "You're going to get an abortion." When it was too late for her to get an abortion, she hooked up my brother and claimed he was the daddy. But it could have been any police officer, including Stephen Meunier, considering we have her phone bill. And, he was one of her main clients. And so now here I am trying to form my brother. And Stephen Meunier is stealing the disc that accompanied the form, which is ironic because I made 3 discs that day. In those discs, was all the DNA evidence that proved my brother was not crazy, that he was, in fact, a victim of DNA fraud. The same group of people who were committing the DNA fraud with my brother also did the mother risk fraud with the Timmins CAS, who had more drug mother risk testing per capita in all of the societies all across Ontario. For example, if Toronto CAS did 10 DNA samples to check see if parents were on drugs so they could put the kids in foster care, hey? They were all fraudulent drug tests from the mother risks. And so if Toronto did 10, hey, Timmins did 150. That's how much of a difference it was per capita. And all of them were fraudulent. All of these tests were made to be fraudulent by pedophiles who were bribing labs and doctors and lawyers and judges, all kinds of people, to commit fraud for pedophilia organizations, stealing kids and committing genocide against Indigenous people. So when I gave these CDs to the police with the form, I made 3 CDs that day. I made a music CD for my car and 2 CDs of evidence proving my brother wasn't crazy when he did speak about the DNA fraud. Then I met up with Stephen Meunier in Iroquois Falls, and I said, here you go. This form is for the doctor with a CD, and this form is for the OPP with a CD. But I didn't have the CD when I got the form. The Justice of the Peace signed it without the CD. But I wanted to provide extra evidence to prove that there was some serious frauds happening with the Ontario Provincial Police Ministry of the Attorney General racket that they have in Timmins, being ran, a justice system being ran by an elite mafia family called, Martin Lambert being the judge, his nephews Richard Lambert, his nephews Mathieu Lambert-Belanger and Pierre Lambert-Belanger are the Crown attorneys. And Richard Lambert-Belanger is, their father, who goes and sees his brother-in-law to get orders to apprehend children in fraud, while his sons, the Crown attorneys, go to see their uncle, to get orders in fraud, while all their family members run the CAS, and then all the court clerks are wives of police officers, and they're all related to each other. So we got, at the Timiskaming Detachment, for example, we've got Joël Breault, Dan Dawson, Pete Beaudry, and Joël Plount. They're all cousins. So if you walk in that detachment and there's 5 of them working and 4 of them are all related to each other and they are committing crimes against me, what do you think they're going to do to me? So Meunier is apparently related with them, and so is the clerks. So those are the people that are involved in these organized crimes against me. And they were all screwing the same prostitute. Her name was Amy Johnston. So later on, this CD that was supposed to be given to the doctor goes missing. And I have audio recordings of the hospital going to look high and low for the CD, and at no time did any police officer give them a CD. But Stephen Meunier alleges that he gave the CD to a nurse. Then he backtracks and he says that he gave it to Megan Onalak, and she gave it to a nurse. But none of that was true. So I tell him, they can't find that CD and the doctor's looking for the CD, so can you bring the other one? And he says yes. So during this conversation, I had no clue that Stephen Meunier was committing fraud. So it was a holiday. He had the Iroquois Falls OPP travel this CD all the way to Timmins. And then the doctor speaks with me later and we start discussing, the DNA fraud. And I tell him, did you look at the CD? And he says, what CD? The CD? He says, I listened to it. There was a few songs and it's not really my type of music. I said, what do you mean it's music? He says, it's all music on there. And then I started to laugh because I was such in a rush to get out of the house and get this done that I confused the music CD with one of the CDs for the DNA fraud. And I had put it in my car on my way to Timmins and it wouldn't play. And I thought, I didn't burn it properly. That's all I thought. So that was divine intervention, because now Stephen Meunier was caught looking at both CDs. And I guess he must have thought I was playing a trick on him because one of them was a music CD. But I didn't know I had done that. But he did. So he took the CD that wasn't a music CD, kept it, in the OPP, and gave the music, the music CD was the other one. So now Stephen Meunier doesn't want to admit that he has the other CD because it's supposedly with the doctors, but it's not. So there's only one CD left. So he gives the one CD to the doctor, and it's a music CD. So now he's screwed. He just got caught, right? Because I later find out that the other CD is in my car, right? So Stephen Meunier is lying in this audio recording about stealing a CD that involves DNA fraud evidence, eh? And he gave that to Lucia Mendoza. And within a week, Lucia Mendoza was calling my brother's ex-spouse to get her to try to meet up with her kids and go for a shopping spree and start asking questions about my brother. That same week, Lucia Mendoza, committed what we call a safari scam, where she had a police officer in Toronto and somebody at Service Canada working in this tow truck scandal situation give my brother a fake parking ticket as if he was parked in front of Sick Kids Hospital with a vehicle, right, that was parked in a field and hadn't been on the road, right? And apparently my brother's in the hospital. But Lucia Mendoza makes sure that he gets a parking ticket for Sick Kids Hospital, parking illegally there in Toronto, while he's in the hospital in Timmins. Hey? That's called a tow truck scandal. That was a fake ticket, hey? That they expected he was going to defend. That Lucia Mendoza had some officer that she knew, hey, make a fake ticket for her, hey? The same week I had Crime Stoppers complaints done about all these court clerks committing fraud against Indigenous people, giving illegal default judgment through this court clerk who works at Feathers and Leathers in Timmins. And she was calling to, rearrange court dates to make sure the Meunier, the deputy judge, heard it, while they were giving illegal judgments against Indigenous people and garnishing their bank accounts at a criminal rate of interest. I had submitted that crime to Crime Stoppers. And, well, then Mendoza, not long after, she's posting, anybody need some tickets for the Crime Stoppers dinner? So they're making it very obvious, they're on my devices, that they're watching my every move and they're scared of getting caught with, I think it's called a pedophilia organization, a neo-Nazi organization. Now here's the call with Stephen Meunier where he tries to deflect his interference with this evidence that included highly sensitive information and shared it, with my brother's enemies, basically, his own buddies at the OPP and other people who were screwing the same prostitute, that basically proved that all of their DNA fraud got confirmed by an expert witness who was an expert DNA witness on the Casey Anthony case in the United States. He's a pioneer in DNA technology. And, well, when he says all 3 tests are fraud, then I suspect that it is. And Stephen Meunier had a high interest in that. Hey? Steve Meunier, related to Kim Ethier. Hey? So that means they are associated with Melanie Ethier, missing and murdered Melanie Ethier of 1996, which is the reason why they started to hack me in 2020. So all of these people, Meunier, Dawson, Breault, Baudry, Plant, hey? They're all related to each other. That's not a coincidence. That those are all the same people harassing me and hacking my files. Now let's put this call on another recording here so that we have another copy because Stephen Meunier keeps interfering with this one. So let's play it.
Hello. Hi.
Serge from the OPP.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. So are you out of the Iroquois Falls attachment? Sorry.
Well, I'm not a self-porcupine, but I mean,
Oh, okay.
Here, let me restart
So I'm
this.
just following up with you. No.
There you go.
Hi, Chantal.
Hi.
It's Serge from the OPP.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. So are you out of the Iroquois Falls attachment? Sorry.
Well, I'm not a self-porcupine, but I mean, I work in the whole club.
Oh, okay. So I'm just following up with you. Did you create an occurrence report for when we met on the 10th there?
Well, there would have been a report, an occurrence created. That was for your brother's incident, correct?
Yeah. I was just wondering if you have that incident number or...
Well, I have the incident number, but if you're looking for anything more on it, you're going to have to go through Freedom of Information.
Right. So I would need the
Okay, so I
incident
can do
number.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, as by means of a little follow-up, how to do it.
Well, actually, one of the other reasons why I'm requiring all this information is I'm just wondering also who did you give the form and the information I provided to you? I had provided you 2 discs and an envelope. I was just wondering what you did with that.
Which copy? Because we gave one to the nurse, and then we kept one for our records.
Right, and do you know the name of the nurse you gave that to?
I have no idea. I wasn't the investigating officers. My officers that had that incident, I would have to, and it was actually, that came in on the day shift. So it wouldn't have even been my platoon, because I started a little bit earlier than them.
Mm-hmm. So, because I know Auger, yeah.
Auger, that's
Auger.
It sounded like it was Mike Auger.
Mike Auger, and I don't remember the name of the lady.
It was Megan Onlock.
Megan, yes, Onlock. So those 2 were at the hospital, I guess. So when you showed up at the hospital, did you give all that information to them, or they were already gone and you gave it to a nurse?
No. We were still there.
Yeah.
They were still there, the officers. So I provided the nurse with the envelope. I gave it. Yeah, I gave it to one of the officers, who in turn handed that to the nurse.
Okay.
And I kept the disc, and I provided that to Constable Onlock.
Okay. And so did the nurse get a copy of the disc as well?
Whatever was in the envelope is what she got, and I believe there was a copy of the disc in there.
Okay, because do you know what time that was about?
Let me see. Just trying to think of the time that I met you. It would have been about 20 after 5, because I picked those documents up to you about 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So, okay, because the doctor had called me at about 6 that same day, and he didn't have the CD. And I said, well, there was quite a few officers involved. I said, but it would have came with the form. So if you have the form, But I also know that before I left Cobalt, I had stopped in at the Liskeard OPP and provided the OPP, like the police copy of the form. The original goes to the doctor, right? So, anyways, but now apparently nobody's got the CD. So then he was transferred to Timmins, and then I spoke with the staff, the hospital staff there, and they're also wondering where the CD is. So then I called back the Iroquois Falls Hospital, and the nurse went to go check everywhere, went to go check his files, seeing if maybe it got filed in medical records. And apparently nobody's seen at the hospital, nobody's received a copy of any CD. So now the Timmins Hospital is requesting it.
Well, we could, we have the copy that you gave us. We can certainly, I can get Megan Onlock to, she's starting back tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you're in need of that information, I can leave her a message to get a hold of you. But I remember specifically saying you ran out of ink in your printer.
Yeah.
There's a copy of the CD in that that was left inside the envelope.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even open the envelope.
Yeah.
I brought the envelope directly to the doctor because they were looking for it.
Yeah.
I gave it to the nursing staff. What they did with that portion of it was pretty much up to them. I don't know if they put it down somewhere and it got covered up or lost.
Well, yeah, that's the concern now.
And I put that in our officers' diary slot, so I know for sure that Constable Onlock would have a copy of it.
Okay, well, really, that's a concern and that's missing. Number one, that no doctor has seen that evidence. First of all, the form that I got signed by the Justice of the Peace did not contain any emails. Like, the form was signed just as is. So the CD was extra evidence in support of the form. So that's basically private evidence. If it's not being used for the purpose of the form, then I want both of those CDs returned to me. So I guess it's your job now to kind of track down where the other CD went.
It's my job to find out where the one in the hospital went. That I can assure you. If you want the one back that you gave to me, we'll provide it back to you.
Well, I would like for it to go to the doctor.
Up at the hospital, it was merely me transferring it on your behalf.
Yeah. It's just now that's missing,
and certainly, like I say, what they did with it is what they did with it, ma'am. I have no control over that.
Mm-hmm. So now the copy that you have there, would you be able to go bring it to the hospital in Timmins because they're requesting it?
I can get it. I can see if like I say, Constable Onlock's not working today. So she would have taken that and locked it up.
Yeah.
and put it in a safe place. So if I can't get to her to where her diary slot is, to where it's secured, it would have to be tomorrow that it would arrive. But I can certainly facilitate that for you.
Because I know the hospital's going to call me today there, and you know, they're also wondering about the disc, because everybody had been talking about the disc, but nobody's found it. So, you know, it was kind of important information in support of the form, and I just don't feel that evidence should be used any other which way they want by whoever, even medical staff at the Iroquois Hospital. You know, it belonged with the form. It should have remained with the form. Now it's missing. So who has that disc is of concern. There's some sensitive information on there, and it's a breach of my brother's privacy. So I left that in the hands of the OPP to give it to the proper person,
And that's what we did.
and I don't even know the staff at the Iroquois Hospital. They have all claimed that they've never gotten a CD. So I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you either, in terms of, I know that we have a copy that you gave to us.
Mm-hmm.
Of whatever was contained on that CD, I don't know, because I never opened it and never looked at it.
Yeah. Well, it's either it gets sent to Timmins or it gets sent back to me, because it was to be used with the form. Now the form's been over and done with. It's now under a different form.
Is your brother still in the MHU?
Yeah, we're trying to get him to run some medical tests to
Right.
find out if he's got a blood infection or a brain infection, but he's not consenting, so.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't pleased about going to Timmins that night.
Well,
He became compliant after we had told him, you know, you have to go. You have no choice. But at the onset, he wasn't happy about it. But when we got him to the MHU, he was fine.
yeah, he's struggling. Like, he knows if he acts out what the ramifications could be, but like, he's not even in control of his mind. Like, he's not even himself. Like, to me, he's dying of something. But he doesn't want to get checked.
I know you're upset, and that's fine. It's perfectly all right to be upset.
Yeah.
But as I say, when we turn that information over to the hospital, then I have no control what they do with it.
Well, I know, but you know, like, I felt.
I do have
Yeah.
control over the other one.
Yeah.
And I know that the officer, I turned it over to Constable Unlock.
Yeah.
As I say, what I can do is find out where that disc is,
Yeah.
and we can have it conveyed to the hospital of the MHU for you.
Yeah, because
That's
you
not
know,
an issue.
they're just, you know, looking for more information. I said, well, there was a disc that accompanied that, and I said, actually, it was in support of everything I said in the form. Like, so I said, you know, it should have been provided, and I said I could email it to you guys, blah blah blah. But I think their concern is whatever was with the form. But I made it clear to them, like, the Justice of the Peace signed the form without that evidence. You know, like, it was just extra evidence that I provided. So really, it shouldn't be in anybody else's hands but the doctors or the people that were trying to enforce the form on that day, you know?
And I was going to say, we wouldn't have, the form would have been the only thing that, you know, that the only paper documents in that envelope, as I recall, were the form.
Yeah.
That I'm assuming was the form, and the disc was inside of it. Because you gave me all of that and handed me another disc separately and said, this is the OPP's copy, this is for the hospital.
Well, I knew it, like, it must have gotten lost in the mix somewhere, so I'm trying to track whose hands it went through, you know? So if you could speak with Constable O'Shea or whatever, maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe they know the name of the nurse specifically that they gave it to. Yeah.
Yeah, and she may know the name of the nurse.
Because I think there was actually a nurse named Megan as well, so, and the officer's name was Megan, so I don't know.
Yeah, Megan Unlock, it was an officer in her case.
Okay. So anyways, yeah, that's where I'm at, but,
Your number, what I'll do is, let me try and track get some information, try and track stuff down, and I'll get back to you. How about that?
okay, do you have the incident number handy, just for my record?
I would have to look it up.
Okay, well, that's fine, it's just,
Just give me 1 second, I think I'm just looking it up here now. Just hold on, I'll just hold for 1 second.
yeah.
I remember how to do that, just stand by. Ms. Delma?
Yeah,
It's okay. If you have a pen handy, I have the incident number here.
okay, go ahead.
NP,
NP,
so November Papa,
yeah,
1904
904
1610.
1610.
So
Okay,
1904 1610.
1904 1610, and do you go by Steve or Steven?
Steve's fine. My badge is 9761.
976.
Meunier is my last.
Meunier. All right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate
Let me
that.
track down what I can, and I'll get back to you. I'll ask the officer. It is her day off. Whether she chooses to answer her phone or not is going to be up to her.
Yeah, it's no problem. I'm just waiting to hear back from the hospital today, so I was just, I didn't know, like, if you were near close. I thought you guys were probably in South Porcupine, so I thought, well, if it's with South Porcupine, you guys could go drop it off at the Timmins Hospital if you're passing by there. That'd be great.
So even if we're in Iroquois Falls, we can have it relayed up here and bring it to the MHU without issue at all.
Yeah, that's good.
That won't be a problem. As I say, what happened with what you dropped off or what we provided to the hospital is not anywhere near in our control.
Yeah, I'll be following up with Dr. Thomas with that,
Okay?
Yeah.
He was the physician that night.
Exactly. So we'll take it from there. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. Bye-bye.
So that's the audio recording that Stephen Meunier or the OPP seems to be interested in deleting off all my devices and preventing any type of upload to social media. I wonder why.
Não, não fazer. Mas eu me... Depois, não. Depois.